want me to? Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a sec.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for our nursing information session. First off, my name is Christian. I am the Associate Director for Admissions at the Worcester campus, and I do oversee the nursing program here. We also have Roger joining us. He is a current student, so he can provide some perspective that is valuable coming from someone that's actually going through the program. And I'll allow my colleague Megan to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Megan Kelly. I am the Senior Assistant Director of Admission on the Boston campus. I'm working with all nursing students here in Boston. And I welcome you tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And hopefully you'll get some really great information that we can help you with. And you enjoy our presentation. Thanks.
All right, so healthcare is definitely an exciting field to get into. What we're going to talk about is a little bit of the job growth in the field of healthcare and the opportunities that you would be opening yourself up to. So a third of all new jobs created through the year of 2026 are projected to be in the healthcare industry. Healthcare is now the largest employer in and with a job growth of 12%, which is faster than the national average, and that's projected through the year 2028.
All right, awesome. I'll take the next slide. Thank you so much. Um, One second here. Little technical difficulties here. So MCPHS, if you did not know, we are a healthcare specific university. And we do offer 100 different programs in different variety or different areas of healthcare. We've been around for a very long time. We are actually 201, I think, by now. We were the very first university in Boston ever. So just so you know, Harvard was not. We were the very first in Boston because Harvard is in Cambridge. Okay. We started with just a pharmacy program, and we've gone to grown, I'm sorry, to incorporate over 7,500 diverse students between our campuses and our online branch. But healthcare is really our specialty, and many of our faculty are still working in the healthcare field while also teaching. So they're really well versed in the course material, and they're constantly staying up to date with the current trends in the healthcare system, which is fantastic. And then through school sponsored events that we have and other social activities, our students do learn a lot about the different healthcare professions, even before entering the field. And then lastly, we do pride ourselves on maintaining those clinical affiliations with those leading medical institutions in the Longwood medical area, which we'll touch upon in a few slides from now. So, um, yeah, so we'll take a look at the campuses next. The Boston campus that we have was actually founded in 1823. Again, our largest and oldest campus. That's located in the Longwood medical area, which is surrounded by those several well-known healthcare facilities. Think Boston Children's, Brigham Women's, Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, many more. Majority of those programs that we offer here on the Boston campus are undergraduate programs, but there also are a variety of graduate, doctoral, and certificate programs there too. And of course, the post-baccalaureate nursing, obviously. There is university sponsored housing there on that campus as well through dorms. Um, so if you did want to live on campus, it certainly is an option. And then about 40 miles west of Boston is our Worcester campus. Worcester is home to our second largest campus, which is founded in 2000. It is the second largest city in New England, right after Boston. And it's definitely one of the fastest growing hubs of innovation in the US. I think it was NPR. Somewhat recently deemed Worcester as a new it town, so it's definitely up and coming. there in Worcester, you'll find the healthcare is right at your fingertips as well. So, for example, I believe there's St. Vincent Hospital, just steps from the campus in Worcester. A big popular one is the UMass Memorial Medical Center. That's like the big hospital there. Um, and that's, part of the largest integrative healthcare system. So again, that's right down the street. And then there are various other healthcare opportunities all within a 10-mile radius of that location. All of the programs that we offer on our Worcester campus, though, are either graduate, doctoral, or postbac. So that's just something to keep in mind. It is really more of a professional phase campus. There is university housing available on campus for students if you do choose to live on campus there. And then north of Boston is our Manchester, New Hampshire campus, which was founded in 2002. I believe that's our youngest campus that we have. It's located right in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. And it is the smallest of our campuses. It is only about an hour north of Boston, I believe, in an hour west of Worcester, all within driving distance to several healthcare facilities as well. I think in the state of New Hampshire, there's Elliott Hospital, Concord, Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, and many more very big name hospitals. There on the Manchester campus, we do offer the post-bac, graduate, and doctoral programs as well. One caveat, though, is that Manchester has off-campus housing available. So there is the apartment style type living, but it's not on campus. So that's just something to think about. We are happy to help and aid and resource you if you are interested in Manchester to find something close by. Christian, did you want to take it from here?
Sure. So MPCHS is very committed to student success. So that is our priority, and we hold a reputation with that. A big part of student success is what we call IPE, which is interprofessional education. So that it gives an opportunity for nursing students to learn from other students in different programs, and that inter-program collaboration is something that is priceless and expands your knowledge, not only within your field, but throughout the medical fields. We also have a very hands-on and supportive faculty. So our faculty makes themselves available outside of class. We do have tutors available that are paid, and so it is their job to help students as well. So you do have that resource as well as faculty outside of the class. So we have over 748 faculty members. 91% of our faculty hold terminal degrees in their field, and our facilities are consistently updated to provide state-of-the-art experiences. So with our labs, you do get hands-on training with state-of-the-art equipment. So some of the mannequins are very lifelike. So it is an opportunity to get the hands-on training and practice within the lab before you go out to the clinical sites. So Roger, could you talk to us a little bit just about your experience with clinicals and the hands-on training?
Yeah, just actually to go back to, you were talking about IPE, and I just want to touch quickly upon that because I think that's one of the biggest things that we could get taught. I have no medical experience before this, so it's great when you start learning. I guess in any kind of medical field, you kind of learn how you and yourself can kind of help the patient. So you kind of get into a little bubble. IPE is great because they give you a patient case, and you're amongst your peers and other specialties that their main goal is all the same, right? To make sure we get a great patient outcome. So it's really interesting to see how nursing or how occupational therapy or how a pharmacist can really influence somebody's outcome. So IP is great because, like I said, it just really puts everything all together. As far as clinicals go, I think that's the bread and butter. I think that's the whole point of one of the main points of me becoming a nurse or attending MCPHS, because no matter where you go, a lot of people have heard about the school, and also they are people at the staff at the hospitals usually high us in high regards as well too. So it's kind of nice that when you see the logo, when they see the logo on your chest, they tend to warm up to you a little bit quicker. But clinical is great because it takes everything that you've learned and both in your class and in lab, and you really get to apply it in real world, and you get to see how your participation really influences somebody's health. So yeah, that's clinicals are detrimental to learning. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Roger. So with nursing, we offer the Postbaccalaureate Accelerated program at our 3 campuses. So it's offered at Boston, Worcester, and Manchester. It is a 16-month program. We do have 2 start dates. That would be fall, which is September, and spring, which would be January start. Boston also offers an accelerated BSN program. That is 32 months. That one does not require a bachelor's degree. What's really cool about nursing is the opportunities to expand and further your education. So we do have a family nurse practitioner program. That is a 2-year program, which would be online classes. And what's really nice is that is part-time online. So what you do have the option to do is to obtain your BSN with the 16-month accelerated program, get your RN, start working as an RN full-time, and then you do have the option to pursue your nurse practitioner part-time with our part-time programs. We also offer a mental health nurse practitioner program. And with those would allow you to gain your MSN. And from your MSN, we also have opportunities to we then have Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies, which we call CAGS, and we also offer a Doctor of Nursing program. So our students do have access to state-of-the-art technology while they're here. So the school has invested a lot into the equipment. So the mannequins are very lifelike that you do get practice with. So we do have pediatric mannequins. We have a pregnant mannequin. So the mannequins are very lifelike. They bleed, they hemorrhage, they can go into cardiac arrest. So you are getting very much hands-on experience of what you will get practice on out at clinical, but you're getting that training while you're in lab. So it's an opportunity to immerse yourself in a variety of clinical settings that you would see throughout the medical fields. Throughout the program, you do get a lot of NCLEX preparation as well. Our most recent class out of Manchester was at 100% NCLEX pass rate. So that's something we're very proud of. And so our curriculum does match a lot of the exams to the NCLEX. So it is our goal to make sure that our students are as prepared as possible. Megan, would you like to talk a little bit about clinicals?
Sure thing, absolutely. So, in addition to completing labs, students again do gain that hands-on experience during the program by completing those clinical rotations. Um, we do have a faculty member here. I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can allow her to speak. I don't know if I can, but she may be able to help answer some questions, or even maybe Roger. But I would love to know, maybe Roger, if you could share with us, maybe where have you done your clinical rotation, and what cool things have you been able to do during our clinicals, or during your clinical experiences?
Sure. I mean, the easy part, I would have to say, I can definitely name them off. The hard part is naming how many cool things I've got to see. So I'll give it my shot, my best here. So I've done about 5 or 6 different rotations. We started off at Hillsborough County Nursing Home, which is a long-term care facility. That's kind of where you learn all your basic fundamentals. After that, I went to Elliott Hospital, and I did my med search rotation there. I did my maternity I also did labor and delivery rotations there as well too. In Concord Hospital, we did pediatrics, and then we did New Hampshire State Hospital, which is our psychiatric rotation. And my last rotation coming up is I have a preceptorship here in Portsmouth Regional Hospital, which I'm really excited for. So as far as seeing what cool things I got to do, I would have to say on my first med surg rotation, I was able to shadow inside of the OR, which was a crazy experience. Again, I don't have any medical experience, so being in the OR was kind of surreal for me. But I was able to see lung tissue, like a pair of lungs in person, inflating and deflating, and that was definitely a lot different than what you see in the textbooks. Also, I would have to say that a second coolest thing would be a C-section for my labor delivery rotation. I would say that's awesome because you see something take its first deep breath. They turn from a weird color to a bright pink, and you hear that first cry, and it's something that you're never really going to forget ever in your life, no matter what. So, I mean, just those couple things, it was kind of hard to select, but those were probably my top ones.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. One thing I think, or one question that students ask quite frequently is, how do you balance your schedule with class, lab, life, clinicals, all happening at the same time? Do you have any insight on that you could provide to our students who are prospective?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, by the time you finish this program, you can run your own master class at task handling, right? It's crazy. So I live and die by the calendar, right? So if it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. Um, so it really boils down to making sure get as much. What I typically do at the beginning of the semesters is get as much information as you can. Try to get those syllabuses as fast as possible. Try to find out every single date, every single kind of assignment. Put everything down, whether in a calendar or a to-do list, and be fluid with it because there's going to be times that you're absolutely busy with work that you might have to say, hey, I need to move X into Y. And then there's going to be other days that you want to take a day off for a wedding or another event. And you said, you know what, I'm kind of slow today. I can put in a couple of extra hours today. Maybe I can move that task up, and that way I'm kind of free for that day. But I would have to say, the most important thing out of everything is to make sure you schedule time for yourself because it's really easy to wake up on a day off at 9 o'clock in the morning, crack open your books, and then, oh my, it's 10 o'clock at night already, and I don't even know what I've been reading for the past 6 hours, which is not helpful for anybody, right? So I would have to say, make sure you try to pencil everything from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm going to study X, Y, Z. From 11 to 1, I'm going to study this. From 1 to 2, I'm going to have lunch, so on and so forth. So that way you can kind of expect what to happen, and that way you're changing things up so it doesn't really become stagnant and you're not just staring at words thinking that you're studying. So
Awesome. Roger, you sound like type A. You would do so well in the admissions department here. I love it. That's key to being successful though. I hear a lot of students do live and die by their calendar. I'm not kidding you. I've heard that time and time and time again. They get a day planner at the beginning of every like fall, and that's what for the year, that's how they live, they have to multitask at times, or they have to, so they don't forget something. And the beginning of the semester, they write down everything from the syllabi, and then, it helps them stay on track. So I think there's a resounding kind of voice for that. So that's great. Thank you for sharing that. It looks like I was able to get Edie, our professor, here on to be able to share some more insight about our clinicals. Students tend to have a lot of clinicals, so I hope this isn't too redundant for folks, and I hope it's great info. I'm really enjoying what Roger had to share. So, Edie, it's wonderful to see you. First, if you don't mind, I know we're a little kind of into the session now, but share a little bit about you, what you do for us here at MCP, and then any insight you have on those clinicals that you can help us with would be awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Megan and Christian. I appreciate it. So my community really is Manchester and Worcester. So I get the wonderful privilege of teaching across campuses. And I teach in the Postbaccalaureate program, the one that Roger is currently in. And I teach pediatrics and maternity. And then I also teach the capstone course. So I am thrilled that Roger loved, of course, his C-section experience, which is amazing. And so mostly all of our students across even Boston will see a birth during their maternity rotation, which is a wonderful experience. Our advanced med surg rotation, unlike a lot of other accelerated programs, has the amazing experience to have one-on-one clinicals. So that preceptorship that Roger is currently in, which is really a privilege for us here to be able to do that for our students, because not all programs are able to do that within such a short time frame. One other thing that I think is so valuable from a professor standpoint is we really get to tailor your clinical hours, the experiences you have. So if we have a student that knows that they want to go into emergency nursing and that's all they've ever wanted to do, we try to find those experiences for you, whether you're in pediatrics or you're in your med surg rotation, to really get you to a place to see what is nursing like here. So we don't just silo you in during your clinical experience. We really allow you to kind of grow and adventure out into other places as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Edie.
Thank you. Christian, did you want to take the next slide or do you want me to? I'm happy to.
I got it. So thank you.
Okay, awesome.
So we'll talk a little bit about the application process. So the application actually just switched over from NursingCast. So you can now apply directly on our website, and that makes it a lot easier for our students. So we found that NursingCast was a little bit cumbersome. So we made the switch to make the application process a little bit easier. And the good news is that there's actually no application fee now. So you can now apply directly on our. And if you are applying for the BSN, the Postbaccalaureate BSN, you will be filling out the transfer application. So with that, we would need transcripts from all colleges. So you can have those sent by mail or electronically. And we would need a evaluation if it is a foreign transcript. So if you're applying for the Manchester, New Hampshire campus, we would need a high school diploma as well. And the application will need to include a personal statement. So that is 500 to 1,000 words, basically stating why you want to be a nurse or what you feel you can contribute to the field. So there are some prerequisites that are needed. So the main requirement is to have a bachelor's degree, but in addition to that, you will need to complete these prerequisites. Now, you can apply without having all of them completed. So if you have most of them completed and you're missing a few, you can apply and be accepted to the program, but you do need to have all of them completed by the start date of class. So you're not able to sit in class until they are all completed. So the prerequisites that are needed are Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2 with lab, Microbiology with lab, General Chemistry with lab, and then you have the option to either take Gen Chem 2 or Nutrition. You would then need a Human Growth and Development, or some call it a Lifespan Development, and you would need a Statistics course. Now, these can be taken at any community college if you still need them. And then we also offer them as online classes. So you do have the option to take them through us as self-paced online classes. So this is a glimpse into the application portal. So when you do apply, you will get access to this portal, and it's just a great way for you to track your application, the requirements, your prerequisites, make sure that your essay is uploaded. So your application portal is a way for you to follow along your application process from submitting your application to being accepted, and then all the way through up until starting class. So it's a great tool for yourself, where you can also track and communicate with financial aid and the nursing department, and to keep up with all of your requirements there. Megan is the expert on living on campus, so I'll let her take it from here.
Thank you, Christian. So again, housing is available on the Boston and the Worcester campuses, but if you did want to live, if you are not coming from the area and going to the Manchester campus, we do have some resources available for you, okay? So if you did want that, that's okay too. But again, Boston and Worcester do have on-campus housing. They're really competitive pricing as well compared to the housing in the area, especially Boston. It's just sometimes really hard to find a apartment or a roommate or whatever. What's great is that rates are locked in on our website, and they include utilities and usually come furnished, which is great. So if you're coming from out of state, you don't have to worry about that. We have all different types of housing, so you can choose from whatever environment you'd like to live in, suite style, apartment style, what have you. We do have high quality amenities as well, such as fitness centers, cafes, computer labs, game rooms, study spaces, all in close proximity. So you don't have to go very far. There is an on-campus, or there are on-campus dining options in Boston through the colleges of the Fenway. There's many different areas. There's not a meal plan in Worcester, though. So if you wanted something like that, that is offered in Boston, but not Worcester. But I'm sure that anyone like Christian or anyone on the Worcester campus can certainly make recommendations on where to eat. I'm sure there's some really great spots, especially it's up and coming over there. And so, you definitely won't be without. In terms of financial aid, all applicants are considered for merit scholarship upon receiving a favorable admission application. There's no separate scholarship application form to fill out either, which is great. It's just automatic. Domestic students with a valid FAFSA on file will also be considered for financial aid if eligible. So definitely, I would recommend applying for financial aid at the time that you apply to the program. That way there you ensure that it's submitted and we receive it in time to go over it with you. If you do have questions regarding financial aid or funding for the program, our Student Financial Services Department is happy to speak with you, or you can schedule an appointment with them or with us. And in the admissions department, we also do meet with students to go over FAFSA awards, out-of-pocket cost, and all things financials. That way there you can make the most educated decision on, is this the program for you? Are you able to fund this program, and things of that nature after you receive an admissions decision. So again, apply for FAFSA. You never know what you have left. You will get scholarship if admitted, and then meet with us. Let's go over it and talk about it and give you an out-of-pocket cost figure. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Yes, awesome. So that's a little outdated. I will put, I've done this so many times. When I got married, I always forgot to put my new last name, which obviously is Kelly, on the PowerPoint. So I was out for maternity, and so I had someone filling in for me, and that's him, wrote in down there. So but nonetheless, thank you so much for joining us today. We do hope that you enjoyed the webinar. We'll open it up to some questions for a little bit of time to see if anyone has anything. Again, this was recorded, so if you do want it or want to view it later, you're welcome to reach out to myself or Christian. I will put my email. That is my phone number, actually, under Roden. So he was just the seasonal person. So that is my phone number, but I will put my email. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to us. Come to campus, come visit us as well. We love to see your face. We love to talk to students and, tour them around our campus and everything. Just check our website for the different opportunities that we have for open houses. And that's great. So let me put my information in the chat.
And so, yeah, we do encourage all of you to ask any questions that you might have. We have a current student here and we have a faculty member here. So feel free to ask any questions. It looks like we do have one question already. So someone asked, can we apply to multiple campuses? So unfortunately, no. So you would have to pick one campus, and that is the campus you would be considered for. So I would say base it off of what fit suits you best as far as location and travel, factor in housing as well. But yeah, so you would have to choose one campus to apply to.
A great question. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's one of those things. We don't make the rules, Christian, and I would say, hey, yeah, apply everywhere, but we don't make the rules.
Yeah.
But again, I do encourage you to visit us. And we do have simulation labs, state-of-the-art labs on all campuses, as Christian and Roger and Edie mentioned. But I guess let me, before we sign off, I want to ask one last question to both Roger and Professor Edie. What quality do you think makes a student successful in the program? Roger, we'll start with you.
Wow, man, that's what.
Okay,
How
you
do I?
can say two if you want.
I got it. I got it. I would say one quality is perseverance. And the reason why I say that is like many other things, there's going to be ups and downs with everything. But however, if you have your eye on the prize, for me, it's helping people. You're going to push right through it no matter what, and it's always a great thing. I remember the first thank you I got from my patient, and since then, that's been my motivator. So.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. What about you, Professor Edie?
I'd say passion is probably my big word.
Yes.
Which correlates exactly to what Roger said as well. Really, nursing is a work of art, and really to have the passion to care for people and, see people on their worst days and their happiest days when they're having babies. It really takes a lot of work to, become a nurse and to have that passion throughout the program. I just love seeing students reach the end and seeing how happy they are and that all their hard work paid off. And I think that's the best word to describe it.
I love it. That's wonderful. Most nurses I meet, and even the students, they do have that passion, and I think that's a wonderful trait to have. And that's, yeah, right on. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. We do have another question just about tuition costs. Tuition is on the website. So please do check that out. At the top right-hand corner next to apply. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong place. It's under admission, I believe. And then when you click on admission, it will be under tuition fees. And then you will see the post-baccalaureate tuition. So that's always posted on the website. It's always public information. But if you do have any questions about that, you're welcome to reach out to Christian and I as well to clarify anything on that for you. I know sometimes the website has everything you can even imagine, but sometimes that's the hard part of it too. You have to kind of sieve through everything. So any questions, Christian and I are happy to answer that as well. So I don't see any additional questions come in. Christian, do you have anything lastly to add?
I know. I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Roger and Professor Edie as well. But yeah, don't be shy. If you do have any questions, please fire away. I don't see any questions here, but my contact information is listed here. I hope to hear from you all. Hope to see some applications coming in. And if you are interested in Boston, make sure you reach out to Megan.
Thank you so much. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. I hope everybody has a great rest of the night. Roger and Professor Edie, I hope you have a great semester.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.